Hello and welcome to this updated video guide for completing the Great Gubal Library in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. My name is TSDS, and in this video you'll learn everything you need to know to check up. This is a library. Ooh. You can clear this in less than 15 minutes, so let's see what's up. Generally, this place is pretty linear and each trash pack isn't that large, so tanks will commonly double up on pulls. As the tank, just take it how you like, but maybe pop a cooldown if you pull a lot at once. Push on and eventually you'll reach the first boss. The first boss is Demon Tome. He's a book. What else am I supposed to say here? During the fight, he will regularly cast an AoE in the centre line of the room, and immediately follow it up with an AoE covering the opposite space. Just move out of the middle and then back in. You don't get much time between the two AoEs, so keep on your toes. In addition, and at the same time, he may cast Dark Blizzard 3 on a random player, which is just a medium-sized circle AoE. But it's not too difficult to avoid both of these, so no worries. Demon Tome can also use Repel, which just knocks everyone back, so you can ignore that one. Before long, the boss will close. At this point, you should run past and behind him and stay away. When he's done being closed, he'll smack everyone in front, then spin around, smacking anyone standing too close. At this point, the fight continues as normal, but the boss may ice the floor for a time, causing you to slide in the direction you move in. The second time he does this, he will close again, so just slide your way behind him, and that's basically all you need to care about. In the next part of the dungeon, you will encounter a number of page 64 enemies. They look like little demons coming out of a book. You won't see where these are until you get a bit closer, however expect one with every trash pack. These you should kill first because they tether to a random player and cast instant line AoEs. If you're the one visibly linked to the mob, just position yourself so that none of your party are behind you. Again, this part is very linear and you'll need to kill everything to progress further. After this you'll encounter the second boss, Biblos. Other than a tail AoE, Biblos can target random players with head down. This is a line AoE starting from the boss and ending at your position. The damage doesn't change depending on your distance to the boss, so either move yourself to try and avoid your party, or move yourself towards the boss to reduce the AoE size, it doesn't really matter. The main mechanic is when the boss jumps to the middle of the room and becomes invulnerable. 2 page 64 mobs will spawn, but these are pretty easy to kill. Once slain, they will drop a blue ball that tethers to a nearby player. The ball will slowly move towards you. Just position yourself so that the ball passes through the boss and it'll break his immunity and resume the fight. 1 ball hit is enough. After this, the boss will start hucking out fart clouds. Touching these will deal a lowish amount of damage. Generally you can ignore them, but if you're the healer and are not struggling, feel free to soak them up. The boss will do his invulnerability trick a second time, but be careful not to lead your balls into a fart cloud or it will break and you'll have to kill more adds. Hit Biblos with a second ball and then finish him off. There's not much to say about the lead up to the final boss, just kill everything. Some trash packs will summon additional mobs, but nothing is that hard. Finally, you'll reach the last boss line. The final boss is the ever-living Biblitaff. This nerd can target a few random players with this red indicator. If you get targeted, then move to the edge of the room somewhere, preferably between the noticeably dark circles around the room. Once the move ends, you'll drop a red orb that will AoE around itself occasionally, applying stacks of vulnerability. Just stay away from these until they vanish. Note that he can cast this twice in a row later in the fight. The main mechanic here is when the boss moves to the centre of the room and begins casting Void Call. When this happens, you'll see each of the outer dark circles will get a single pink beam of light on them. Split up and run over each of these to turn the light beam into a big pink chain. Then go back and smack on the boss. The second time he does this move, only 4 of the dark circles will get pink beams. However, pay attention, there are now 2 pink beams on each circle. This means that 2 players need to be standing on a dark circle at the same time to nullify it. It's not that difficult, but just try to see where your party is going and then pair up. The third time Void Call is attempted, only 2 dark circles will get pink beams, but they now have 3 beams each. I'm sure you can work out what that means. As there are 4 of you in the group, if you see that the other 3 players are dealing with the mechanic, feel free to move back to the boss and wail on him some more. If you fail to nullify any of the dark circles, an ad will spawn which you should pick up and kill. It's not the end of the world. Finally, do note that after every Void Call attempt, the boss will cast 2 large AoEs. One will have a safe spot near him, and the other will be centered on himself. He does this in a random order, so just move in and out or out and in. Pop a Limmy when it's ready and GG. And that's the Great Gubal Library. If you've enjoyed the guide, then let me know, and if there are any other guides or perspectives you'd like to see, then check out my channel or feel free to ask me to create one. Thank you for watching, and good luck.